Hey everybody, welcome to your readings for the 21st of June through the 27th of June, which also happens to be starting on Father's Day. And I can already see, ooh, excuse me, I had a little gunk in my throat. I can already see in the collective portion of this reading that there's a lot of emotions going around, a lot of inner wisdom that you're downloading. Maybe it's from your paternal line, maybe it's from your dad, maybe it's from the father figures in your life. Maybe you're realizing that you have fathered yourself, and that is an incredible and beautiful gift. There's a lot of emotions in store for the collective this week. But with this rune, it's the waves. It's just all about being caught in emotion, everything going through. And I see that we're asked to key into our inner voice, really tap into compassion while we're in these emotions, and that will help us really stay in flow. And the Star card is a lot about granting wishes, but this time I really see it as just being in the flow. Like they're immersed, like that bird is immersed in the water, but it's not all the way underneath. It's stable on its footing, so it can handle the tide, it can handle the waves. And that gives it a sense of compassion and wisdom and the ability to tap into its wisdom. So the more you're able to try to hear what your emotions are trying to say, instead of just being like, ooh, I need to just stop feeling that way, the more you're like, okay, anxiety, what are you trying to tell me? Oh, you're trying to tell me that I'm afraid of being judged. Well, what is that about? Oh, I have a lack of self-worth that I have. The way to overcome that is to slowly experience new things that help build my self-worth. That kind of stuff. You're really coming into a lot of wisdom this week that gives you a sense of peace and compassion for yourself in your own heart. We're in a really transformative week, and I can really see that in the cards. What I'd like to do is I'd like to do some flipping of these pages to see what flower essence speaks to us this week. What kind of flower essence is with us or has advice for us? Oh, the Centauri. This is the flower. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me see. Okay, there's its focus. And the essence. Century is a wonderful remedy for people who are very sensitive to others and their environment. Ooh, so that family stuff. Be compassionate with your family. Be compassionate with yourself about your experience with your family. If it wasn't that great, be gentle with yourself as you're starting to learn where else that's manifesting in your life. Because I really feel like we're all sort of coming to surprising realizations on where wounds, like we knew we had these wounds, but we didn't realize they were affecting these areas of our life. And I feel like we're coming into that realization with this eclipse. And so it's really important, like this says, be sensitive, be gentle. We're all sensitive right now. They are easily hurt and upset and can become ill as a result of disharmony and negative influences. Century people are good-natured and kind, but stronger personalities, and will readily take it. Century people are good-natured and kind, but stronger personalities will readily take advantage of them. I've definitely experienced this, and I think we're all starting to see where we've done that with others and where we've done it with ourselves. Continuing, as children, they are obedient and good, responding well to praise and discipline. They may spend too much of their time helping others, sacrificing their own lives in their service. They can be doormats and martyrs and neglect their own mission in life in their desire to please. Century helps you develop your will and recognize your own individuality and personality and to see it as valuable. It turns submissiveness into an ability to relate to others on an equal footing, to say no when necessary, and to use service to others as part of your own transformation. That spoke to me very strongly. And it very much speaks to this reading. Very much. That's where we are collectively, everybody. That was beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the individual readings. We have group 1, 2, and 3 here on the far right. I will leave timestamps in the description box down below. You can go ahead and skip forward to your reading. I'll go ahead and get started. All right, group number 1. This switch rune is directions. So there's a sense of changing directions in your life, not knowing which direction to go, really feeling like you're at this crossroads in your life. Let's see what cards we have. Slide into Joy, the River Otter, card 155, which would be card 11, which is a master number. And then we've got Let Your Light Shine. Ooh, I like how there are rainbows on both of those. And then Spider Woman, Universal Connection. And then for the tarot, we have Pentacles. Okay, so group number 1, what I'm seeing for you is that you're starting to see how all the different experiences in your life connect to make you who you are. You're seeing how you were led exactly on the path you were led on to achieve the goals you want to achieve. And it was hard, but you always kept coming back to this purpose. It's like you're finally letting your light shine, and because you're letting your light shine, you are seeing differently the experiences you've had in life. So it's not to say that they weren't negative and they didn't feel bad at the time, but you're seeing them in a whole new light now, where you're like, wow, this has some really valuable information for me to learn. I'm actually sort of grateful to be seeing it this way right now. And that's bringing you this really great sense of joy. We have the 9 of Pentacles here in reverse, which is the mind. So you're feeling connected. This is that universal connection you're tapping into. Your intuition is helping guide you in your physical realm to make these changes for your light to shine. And then over here, you don't have to put in work right now. Right now, you're in a time of peace in your physical world. Like the 7 of Pentacles to me is very much you are reaping what you have sown. And so maybe there is more to come. Let me get some clarifiers on that 7 of Pentacles, please. Oop. A clarifier on the 7 of Pentacles, please. A clarifier on the 7. Oh. Okay, I see you. We had several jumpers. So we have the Page of Wands, the Tower, Balance, and the Ace of Swords. Ooh, okay. So, group number 1. There may have been a situation and you were, okay, I'm going to say it. These feel disconnected at the moment, but I'm sure I'll find the connection in them as I talk, because that's usually how it goes. With this Page of Wands, I feel like that's either someone or something coming into your life with a message, or you being super inspired, but something happens where it doesn't work out, and it just, you start to realize, or, you know, the Page of Wands is also someone who's very flighty, someone who can't commit. And so you sort of went through this issue with this person trying to find balance, and you're coming into clarity. And that clarity could be positive or negative. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. But I feel for some of you, you've been in a relationship and it's come to this head where you're trying to figure out how to move forward into this new cycle together. And as you start to let your own personal light shine, as you start to understand your universal connection, so this is upside down, but it is still independent. It's like you're connected to the universe, which connects you to yourself, which empowers you to end connections, change connections that need to change for you to be able to shine your own light. And you're being led to that intuitively. You're really being asked to go towards what makes you happy. Because right now in the spiritual realm, I really feel like you're going through this moment where you're trying to find that balance. And things are kind of coming to a head emotionally this week where you are, because this is more physical realm for me as tarot, and spiritual is here. So there's this change in direction because your light is shining. You are feeling grown. You are seeing how you're connected. You are empowered through your intuition. You can sense it. You can feel what you're supposed to move towards. And so this is shaking your foundations, the way you've been in these relationships or in these jobs or situations or mindsets. And you're finding balance in them. You're really starting a new cycle and finding balance. And there's this clarity coming in as well. So I feel like there's going to be a discussion, though, with this Page of Wands. I feel like this week you're probably going to either be talking something out with someone, or someone's going to tell you something, or you're going to have a conversation with someone that's going to bring these realizations to a head, and they're going to rock your world. The Tower card is, I wanted to say it's not always negative. It's not. It's just extremely intense, and it can hurt and feel very negative at the time. But with this universal connection and letting your light shine and finding this inner strength in yourself, I think you're going to find some balance in that, so it's not so terrible, that you have clarity. But again, this is a collective reading. That may be for some people, that may not be for some people. But that's it, group number 1. You are coming in to some serious joy in finding your connection to the world and letting your light shine. And it is changing dynamics in your relationships around you, which is very common for this time, especially when this is like a communication card. It's changing. So be cautious, like be gentle. Remember to ground yourself. Remember to really think about responding instead of reacting. Like take a breath, be like, okay, I'm really peeved off right now. Let me sit with this peeved feeling, figure out what it is, and then communicate calmly what I've been through. And I feel like with this Spider Woman and her calmness, I really feel like that'll be something you'll be able to do this week, group number 1. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, whichever you want. I'm super grateful for your time, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Thanks so much, group number 1. See you next time. Okay, group number 2. This is the Star Rune in the Witch's Runes, and it's about your dreams, wishes granted. It's like a very in the flow kind of spirit. It's like the Star card in tarot, basically. A beautiful start to your reading. We've got Deal with the Dirt, the Eastern Oyster. Everything is connected. You're starting to see how all the stuff you've been through is connected. You're starting to deal with the dirt in your life. You're really starting to process it, and you're starting to see how it is connected to other places in your life that you had no realizations before. I think it's really interesting. The colors on these two look like this orange burst. So maybe it's something with your self-worth or with your creative process, very solar plexus chakra energy. Or I also really see my heart space as gold a lot. So I would definitely say you're dealing with things that require you to focus on yourself and your heart space and who you are. And you're really starting to see that. You're starting to come into more understanding with it. You got lots of goddess cards, so here we go. Laka, the goddess of love. Ma'at Justice. Oh, I can't say her name at all. And Transcendence. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You have come into focus with your life. You're starting to see how the issues you have are all connected to each other. And you're starting to see that when you start to pull like one area of your life, the whole web twitches. And so as you deal with this dirt, and as these hooks start to unravel in this, and you're focusing on making sure your web is curated to how you want it, you begin to find this sense of love for yourself. And in that sense of love, you feel justice. And justice can be a sense inside of you. You can have this inner sense of justice. Like, you come to realizations about a situation and you're just like, wow, that's the closure I needed internally. So you're going to be feeling some closure as you're dealing with this, and that's going to bring a lot of love. It's going to help you really transcend into the next state of being. Oh yeah, for the mind, we've got the Queen of Wands. You are feeling strong, empowered, that sense of justice coming from handling the things in your life that you've been avoiding, from really letting these things come in. We have the Seven of Swords reverse in the body section, and that would be, for me, the Seven of Swords in this deck is a lone wolf. So for me, this is you're connecting with people again. You're getting together with the people or calling them on the phone, and some communication of ideas in the physical world is being made to try to find some resolution to hurt feelings, to try to find some resolution to what felt like a betrayal. Like, something felt like a betrayal, and you're looking for justice, and you're going to find it as you gently start to do this, because you've transcended. You are in this new Queen of Wands energy. Oh yeah, the Ace of Wands was the last card. I'm just sitting here holding it. I don't know why I didn't put it down. The Ace of Wands is a new spiritual beginning. Like, you've started to really focus on your inner work, on dealing with the things you avoid. And in your physical world, you're starting to handle those things. This card to me is very much a card of avoidance, a card of hiding, a card of, I don't want to deal things. And in reverse to me, it's saying, it's time to face these things. It's time to pull these swords out so that they can be let go. We gotta talk about this. So group number 2, you are coming into a lot of clarity, which makes sense with this star. Stars are very clear. To me, it's just like the imagery of a star is clarity itself. You know what I mean? And so group number 2, you are coming into some clarity this week that helps you start to deal with the issues in your life. And as you start to deal with them, you start to see how it's all connected. And you develop this sense of empowerment and inner peace and a sense of self-love as a result, because you're starting to see now from a whole new spiritual perspective how you can go about your life with a greater sense of justice in it, how you can live Pono to begin with. Pono is Hawaiian, and it means, Hawaiian words are so beautiful and incredibly complex. But the generalized meaning is to live righteously with yourself, to live truthfully, to live good, to live Pono. I don't know how else to say it. And you are starting to handle the things in your life that you need to handle so that you can live Pono, live in alignment with yourself. And that's unlocking a lot of love and a lot of hope and a lot of clarity for you. That is so beautiful, group number 2. Wow. If you like this video, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe down below. I would love to keep seeing more of you. I'm wishing you the best week ever. I don't really know what else to say. Have a great week, group number 2. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So these 2 runes jumped out instead of one for you, and it is the Eye and the Romance rune. So romance can be fertility, romantic connect, like it's pretty much romance. It's also, to me, the sign of like a trinity, and that is mind, body, spirit alignment. The eye is all about lifting the veil, things coming to light about romantic connections in your life in general. But I really feel that these tend to lean more romantic, with it being the rune about romance. Or it's more internal, your mind, body, spirit alignment. I don't necessarily get the feeling that it's with friends or acquaintances. I feel like this is a very intimate connection. So someone very, very close to you, like as close as a partner. And for me, I had a friend who I realized in retrospect, after taking a beat back from our relationship, that I valued more than my partner, even though I thought I valued my partner. So if there's someone like that in your life, it could be about them too. But some truths coming to light, something being revealed to you. Let's hop in and see what the cards have to say. We've got appreciate the process, cow and bull. Black snake, grow your truth. Ooh, very kundalini looking energy wise. Got all the colors, hitting the chakras. Let's see. Grounding. Okay, lots of earthy energy right now. Lots of being rooted in the earth. Lots of this like starting at the base. So you're looking at the roots, the foundations, the source of relationship things in your life. Ooh, joy! Okay, you're seeing joy. There's a lot of, ooh, let me move these so we can see better. There's a lot of joy coming into your life through this grounding process, through being able to see reality from a grounded perspective, from a true perspective, because you are grounding yourself in that reality. It's bringing a lot of joy for you. Let's see what goddess card. Individuality. Ooh. And in the tarot we have the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so a lot of grounding. As you start to ground, I really feel like, I don't know how to explain this. As you start to help different chakras align, different energies in yourself align, different things in your life to align in your physical world, it's kind of like with the chakra system, it goes up and down at the same time. And it kind of swirls around. There's a whole to-do. But as you're going through this process, you are finding your own individuality. You are finding the truth to who you are because you are grounding. And it is hard, and you're growing that truth. Yeah, look at that. Individuality, grow your truth. You are growing that. And it's a lot of work, appreciating the process. Like, and I can see here the Knight of Cups. Maybe there's some dream in your physical life you've been trying to chase, and it just doesn't feel like it's coming through. But as you get to be balanced, we're going to get some clarifiers on him in a second. Mentally, you're coming into alignment. So as you balance spiritually and ground, this helps you see your individuality. This helps you see your truth. And this brings you joy, emotional joy. Like you feel mentally, you're just like, yes, I get it. I finally have the key. So let me see actually. I said finally have the key. Let me see if there's a specific, I feel like grounding is it. I feel like finally understanding true grounding beyond just sitting and meditating, but like true, like living your life grounded. I feel like that's what you're starting to grow into. You're really starting to learn to be present and in the moment. You're learning to start to put down the distractions around you. Like, I used to sit on my phone a lot while I was talking to people, and they'd be talking to me, and we'd both just be scrolling through our phones. I cannot stand that now. Now, as I've grown and I've come to realize what I value and how I want to live my life, I realized that I was creating mental chaos in my own life by not allowing permission for the time to give each thing my full attention. So you're coming into a place of maturity and growth in that department, in some aspect of your life, however it is for you, that's helping you ground more, to be present. Maybe it's putting your phone down more. Maybe it's not turning the TV on first thing. I used to leave the TV running all day long from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. I needed that background noise. And then as I started grounding more and becoming more present in what I was engaging in and doing, I learned I didn't need those distractions so much. As I did the work on myself spiritually and internally to get balanced, I realized I didn't need those things to create the chaos around me anymore. And I realized that part of the reason I was anxious is I was creating my own chaos. I don't know how I got that from these cards, but I really feel that you were meant to hear it, group number 3. That process of figuring out what that is for you is hard, and you're having to face truths that feel heavy. But as you start to face these truths, they start to feel lighter. They start to feel easier to handle. Maybe there's something in a relationship that you've been doing that has been, like something you do while you're engaging with other people. Specifically, maybe your partners. Maybe there's something you guys are working on. Or if you don't have a partner, there's something you're working on with a close, like I said, like if you're not in a romantic connection, it'd be like a family member, something like that. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Let me get some clarifiers for this Knight of Cups, please. What is this dream? What is this message? What is this person? Like some person. Clarifier on this Knight of Cups. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. I wanted to say some greedy person. Maybe as you are grounding in your reality, you're seeing there's some greedy people in your life that need to go. Or you're seeing where you've been greedy in pursuing your dreams and not considering how it affects the family around you. Oh my gosh, I think I got it. Okay. Well, I have another aspect of it. I sort of feel like you've been a workaholic. Like, you've almost been greedy in the pursuit of these dreams that are coming up for you. And as a result, you become ungrounded. You're not present with the people around you, so you're not aware to how you're affecting them. But as you do start to ground, you'll start to see how you are affecting the people in your home base, the people that you love and care about. And that'll give you this sense of, well, a little bit of guilt, that Knight of Cups is upside down. He's like, ooh, I need to slow down. Let me have one more clarifier, please. One more clarifier for group 3, please. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Split and pull. The Sun reverse. Okay. Slow down, group number 3. You've got some dreams you want to pursue, but I feel like in this awakening of yourself, you might have gotten a little bit carried away, and that you need to take this next week to slow down, ground yourself, come into balance with how much you're giving and taking from those in relationships with you. Because this is a very give and take card, and this is a truth being revealed. So maybe you're seeing that you're taking too much in the physical world. You need to ground yourself, see your individuality, and find the emotional maturity to be like, oh wow, okay, I've maybe been not the best at balancing, but we can do this. Approach it with a sense of joy. Approach it with a sense of, I'm so glad I understand this now. I don't want you to linger with a sense of shame, but that's just me. Like, I always want to give people some tools. I want you to be empowered. And so whatever hard lessons you're coming into that require some grounding, that require you to slow down, look at, is what you're doing, is the thing you're participating in true to your authentic truth? If it's not, does it need to go? Do you need to be individual? Do you need to be on your own to grow your truth? I don't know, group number 3, that's up to you. These are questions that you should consider this week. Questions to sit with, to contemplate, kind of be like, okay, you know your truth. If you just went through this, if you're about to go through this, timeline is iffy. Spirit reaches you when spirit reaches you. This will reach you when it reaches you, when it's meant to reach you. I firmly believe it. But group number 3, you are coming into some realizations about yourself. And you feel really good about yourself, but you're also reassessing these relationships. And maybe you've been greedy and you're about to apologize to someone because you realize it and it's going to offer a lot of joy, or maybe the other way around. Either way, group number 3, ground yourself. You're growing. You see this beautiful individuality in yourself, and you're excited to pursue new things. And these will come, but we have to slow down. To give you an example, because I hate making people feel targeted, so I like to give a story about myself so that they know I'm not trying to be. I do kind of understand what you're going through. I've been very excited about pursuing these videos and this channel and working on studying my counseling resources more so that I can help people process. I love to combine tarot and counseling skills. I firmly believe spirituality and psychology go hand in hand with each other. Like, they are two separate things, but they are both still connected. Just like with the body, they affect the body too, and I'm learning more and more about that connection as well. But in my ambition, I have had to step back because I've started noticing the dishes may pile up a bit more, or my family doesn't have as much attention. And so I have to slow myself down in order to keep pursuing the things that I enjoy. Oh, sorry, someone let my dogs out and Thor came busting through the door and it scared the living poop out of me. My heart is racing. Whew, Thor. I think that's it, group number 3. That's it for you. I'm wishing you all the most beautiful things for this week. You've got this. Ground yourself and function from a place of compassion. See you guys next week. Bye.